Oh no, she's on the sofa, look. Right, so, where am I? I'm there, good. It's going to be a bit dark for the people watching at home, but there we go. Find yourself sitting nice and upright and just take 1 or 2 moments to wriggle and shake around. Make fists with the hands, squeeze your elbows, your biceps, your chest, your tummy, your bum, your thighs, your feet. Curl the toes in, engage everything as tight as you can. Bite down on your jaw, and then let it all go. And do the opposite this time, so take a nice long steady inhale in. And then exhale out through the mouth, long and slow, fluttering the lips, go. And then just move into a place of steady, quiet, calm. We're just going to start, before we do our exhale pumps, we're going to start with 5 breath holds. And you're going to see how long you can hold your breath for at the bottom of your breath. So perhaps it's 10 seconds, perhaps it's 30 seconds, perhaps it's none of the above and somewhere between. So all we're going to do is take a gentle inhale in, exhale out, hold the breath. Inhaling if you haven't already, exhaling, hold the breath. Again, just 2, 3 more of these breaths. Slow, calm, quiet, hot breath holds. They should get quite strong. You want to just be feeling a little bit of air hunger. just final round then. When that final breath's drawn in, take an exhale out through the mouth, nice and long and slow. Go. Breathing in through the nose. And then we're going to exhale out through the nose stronger. Stop and breathe in nice and normally. So we'll just do another 20 of those little pumps. You should be feeling like your abdomen is doing quite a lot of work. Take the strong breath in. Take a nice gentle breath in. Final one. Take that breath back in. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Bring the arms out in front. Inhale, slide your hands back behind you, fingertips facing towards your bum. Just try to sink your arms or your chest between your arms even. And then uncross your legs. Place your feet down to the floor. Push through your feet and lift your hips tall. And then just gently move around your arms and your legs and your shoulders and your hips. Sweep your bum down between your hands. Legs are long out in front. Point your toes. Try to gently fold forward over your leg. Notice the difficulties. Then bend your ankles. Flex your ankles. Pull your toes back towards your nose. Notice how it wants to put a bend in your knees, perhaps. It might feel like slightly easier. Sit yourself up, find your hands halfway between your knees and your hips. Push down into the floor, round your back. Try to push your bum and suck it back to lift it off the floor. You might need fingertips, you might need blocks, you might need something. 3, 2, 1, coming back down. Hands beside your knees, push down into your feet. Not your feet, your hands and your bum. And you're going to try and lift your feet, not your bum this time. So push, round and lift and squeeze and hold. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down. Hands beside your bum. There you go, rub that thigh, Mandy. Good. Lift those hips up. Find your reverse tabletop and turn your fingers so they face away from you. Then push your hips forward, your knees forward. Can you eventually walk your hands in? Try to come onto your tiptoes, get your knees to somewhere near the floor. Keep trying to lift through your belly. That's it. And then coming back out. Nice stretch through those quads. Find yourself into your variation of a squat and then rise up to your flat back. Exhale, folding down. Sink your hips and roll up to stand. Draw the arms up. Exhale, folding back down. Sink your hips down towards the floor. Again, inhale, lift your hips up. Rolling up to stand. Arms sweep up over the head. Exhale again, folding back down. Bend your knees. We're going to do one more time of this little up and down. So you're right the way down towards some variation of a squat, and then you lift those hips again. Roll your way back up. Draw the arms up over the head. Exhale again, swan dive forward and down. Softening those knees down towards a squat. As you lift your bum up, hands to the floor, step back to plank. Move around your wrists for a few moments. If you want to do this on your knees, of course, do it on your knees. Can you begin to just shift your weight back in space as if you're going to down dog, bending your elbows, but leaving those elbows hovering off the floor. So you're just in, gets called turbo dog. I don't know, it's a shit name, but there we go. And then can you walk your feet in a little bit closer, keeping the elbows hovering? So the biceps should feel really active here. And then walk those feet back. Push through those arms, straighten the arms. Suddenly the biceps get switched off a little bit. Roll yourself into that high plank again. Come down through low plank. Push back to the top to high plank. Roll your left hand off the floor up into side plank and step your left foot behind you. Open your hips to the sky. Vashisthasana. No, Komakrasana even. Open those hips, squeeze your bum cheek on. Left hand back down to the floor. Turbo dog. So bend the elbows, keeping the elbows just hovering off the floor. Push those hands away. Imagine you're gripping with your fingertips, but the palms are flat. Walk your feet in a couple of millimeters, a couple of inches. Feel those arms loading, holding, squeezing, engaging. Pull your elbows together. Step back, straighten the arms. Soften the knees. Perhaps try to touch your tailbone and roll yourself forward into high plank. Come down through low plank. Push back to the top. Roll into side plank, right hand lifting over the head. Stepping your right foot behind your left leg. Open yourself up, belly and hips to the sky. Hopefully the upper body feels like it's warming up. Hand back down to the floor. Turbo dog one last time for now. So shift back, bend the elbows. Don't let them touch the floor. Don't let the forearms touch the floor. Hover and hold here. Walk your feet in a little bit. Hover and hold here. Elbows pulling towards each other. Hands gripping the floor. Walk yourself back. Push towards down dog. Look forward. Roll into high plank. Final plank for now. Come down low plank. Push back to the top and step your right foot outside your right hand. Inhale, let's draw the right hand up towards the sky. Give that right arm a mini break. Exhale, left knee down to the floor. Open your chest back behind you. Imagine that you've got a tray of drinks. Of course, coconut water or something equally yogic behind you. Exhale, next breath. Right hand comes down to the floor, sinking your hips in towards the floor. Perhaps elbows touch down, perhaps they don't. Take a moment to just roll around. I've just had an idea of something I want to try. No, I don't want that one. I want that one. Yeah, that might help. Yeah, that helps a bit. Cool. So again, sorry, just trying to make the video slightly lighter for catch-up people. Turn that right toes out towards the side. Drop your left elbow down to the floor, however you can get it there. And then you're going to try and tuck your back toes under and roll to the outside edges of both feet. So you should be chest facing the right, left hand up towards the sky. Nancy looks like she's done the other leg, so she's confusing me. And then drop that knee, drop the hands, push back up. Tuck your back toe under, straighten your front leg for a wide pyramid pose. And again, can you just focus on your front leg for a moment and feel as if there's going to be a moment where you don't want to strain it anymore. Can you perhaps round your back a little bit more and then just soften into that knee and feel the extra stretching through the back of the knee. And then turn your left foot to face the long edge of your mat, a really wide variation of Parsvottanasana, side angle pose. So fingertips on the floor or elbow on your thigh, lift and twist to the left. If you want to make it crazy hard, no, we'll save that for the next time. Exhale, left hand down to the floor. Spin your foot back to the front. Right hand, if it was on your thigh, is now on the floor. We're going to do this step through just because I really enjoy it. So the right hand is going to come off the floor. We've created a doorway for our back foot to step through. So imagine you reach forward with your right hand, you pull your left foot through and you try to step it through underneath you. Lovely, guys, beauty. Try and keep your left hand flat if you can. Maybe just lift and touch your foot for the sake of it, and then pull it back through. Left foot back, come into that wide legged pyramid again. The front leg is straight, back leg is straight, and then step your left foot up to the front of the mat. Hands stay on the floor, and you're going to try and drop your bum as low as possible. Try and bend your elbows. Imagine you're going to sit your hamstrings onto your thighs, onto the backs of the thighs. So get your arms inside your knees, Mandy. Inside, that's it. So you're going to try to sit almost onto your arms. That's it. Bit of a weird one, but still. From there then, we're now going to just lift our bum enough to release our hands. Draw the arms out in front, just enough, Emma, just enough, not too much. That's it. Inhale, push and straighten our way towards the sky. Exhale down towards the ground. Sit back down to that same awkward position. Eventually this gets to the stage where you can lift your feet, but again, perhaps not today. And then we're going to step our left foot back, step our right foot back, come down through chaturanga, push back to the top, roll back to down dog, bending the elbows, finding turbo dog, elbows hovering, elbows squeezing, hands active. Try and walk your feet in a bit closer. Keep dropping those elbows so they're nearly on the floor, but they're not. And then step back, push, roll yourself forward into that high plank. Come down through a push-up. You push back to the top, step your left foot outside your left hand. Inhale, sweep that left hand up beside you. As it comes over the top, turn your palm so the face is up, and you've kind of got that platter of drinks back behind you. Try and keep your back leg, your right leg, or in Nancy's case, left leg straight. And then exhale, left hand comes down to the floor. Sink your hips through your thighs. Drop your right knee to the floor. And then again, we're going to try to drop our right elbow down to the ground. Inhale, lifting up, and then you're going to try to turn your left foot out to the side, and perhaps that left hand then comes down on towards your knee. So we're going to take that little twist again, so we have to tuck our back toes, prepare to lift our back knee. Once that's lifted, roll onto the outside edge of your right foot, outside edge of your left foot, lift your hands, lift your hips. And then come back around towards the center, push our way onto hands. Back toes are tucked. We're going to try and straighten our front leg in for our pyramid. The heating appears to be on in this house, and I'm literally dripping, so I'm going to take my t-shirt off. I apologise for such frivolities. So again, can you try to straighten your left leg to the best of your abilities? But don't hold it, just come in and out, in and out. And as you come into it again, turn your right foot out towards, so your toes face the long edge of the right side of your mat, or left for you, Nancy. And then we're going to lift the right hand up. But again, if this is too challenging, bring your left elbow onto your left thigh, and that will just allow you to get your, that's it, okay, that's perfect. Lift your chest and turn it to the right a little bit more. Good. Hover and hold there. And then let's bring our right hand back down to the ground, left hand down to the ground. Again, straighten your left leg, so it almost acts as a bit of a loading spring. So then step your right foot outside your right hand, sinking your hips down. So same again, plant your hands flat, get that bit as the grounded fixed point, and then try to get your hips to shift back so that you can sit somewhere towards your elbows. Try not to fall over there, Nancy. It's all right if you do fall over though. Cool, okay, so now you've kind of got this really low position, so take the scaffolding out, so unhook those arms, bring the arms out so your legs are taking all of your weight. Maybe the arms lift overhead, maybe they don't. Now we push tall. Once we're at the top, we're going to side bend right for a moment, and then come back up, and we're going to side bend left for a moment, and then come back out. So again, hinge at the hips, bend your knees, hands come down to the ground. Again, can we take a moment to sit onto our arms? This is basically a really weird crow pose position. And then we're going to lift up. We're going to step the right foot back, step the left foot back, come down through Chaturanga Dandasana, push back to the top, roll back to Turbo Dog, elbows hovering. Engage, engage, engage. Pull the elbows together, walk your feet in a bit closer. Keep the elbows 1.5 inches, 2 inches off the floor. Let's check people's idea of what 1.5 inches is. Girls used to have a better idea than that. And then slowly straighten those arms. You know, men don't know what 1.5 inches looks like. And then once we're in that down dog, we're gonna again step, this time our right foot forward to the front of the mat. This time no dropping to the knees, just turning to the outside edge of both feet. Lift your right hand up towards the sky. Nancy had the opportunity to get it right, this time she still got it wrong. So we're turning towards the right foot forward. So our chest faces up, so left hand on the floor, Nancy, left hand on the floor. Left hand on the floor, there you go. And you're on the outside edge of your right foot, outside edge of your left foot. You lift and you twist, and then the right hand comes down to the floor, turn back to the front. Can you try to drop your right elbow down towards the floor, and then push back to the top? Try to put your left elbow down to the floor, and then push back to the top. Turn your left foot wide. I just realised I missed something. I knew I'd missed something, but I just remembered what on the other side. So we will skip it this side so we're even. Lift the left hand up. And then we're going to try to point our left hand over our head. We're going to try to lift our right hand off the floor. Keep twisting the torso to the left. And then exhale, hands down to the ground. Straighten your front leg. Bend your front leg. Straighten it and bend it. Straighten it and bend it. As you straighten it again, ping that left foot to the front of the mat. Walk your hands just a little bit further forward off your mat. I'm going to have to move backwards just so I get a nice. So we've got wide legs. Now we're going to deliberately start with wide legs. We've been spending loads of time today in that turbo dog position. So I want you to find that kind of position, just bent elbows a little bit. And I want you to grab hold of your outer triceps with your thighs. So keep your hands forward. No, we're not going back there. Nancy, we're not going back there, I promise. We might do in a minute, but we're going to have hands forward. We're going to grab the outer thighs or the inner thighs onto the outer triceps, and then we're just going to try to lean forward and lift our feet a millimeter off the floor. So the harder you squeeze your arms, the more accessible that crow should become. Grip with the hands, grip with your fingers, hop your feet back down towards the floor, lift up into your squat, your active squat, and then push tall. Exhale back now. Another opportunity, hands to the floor. So again, as you can see, knees are really wide. Well, you probably can't see in all fairness, but and then you're just going to try to rest your thigh muscle, hamstring onto the triceps, onto the arms, and then you're going to pull with your knees in towards your triceps, and then try to lift one foot up towards your bum, and then the other foot up towards your bum. So Tash, take your hands forward a little bit further, just so you can have, that's it, get them out there somewhere, and then squeeze, and then try and point your toes towards your bum, and then trust it. She's like, no, I will not trust it. And then from there, we're going to lift up. Well, don't worry, we've got the other side to do, so you've got more chances. We're going to step our left foot back, step our right foot back, come down chaturanga, push back to the top. You kind of figure where this is going. Turbo dog. Bend your elbows. Now Tasha's camera's on. So back in down dog. That's it. Go on, stay in your down dogs. Emma, you can definitely bend your elbows more than that. Get your elbows so they're just off the floor. Lower, lower, Emma. There. Get them into that position. Squeeze the elbows together. Squeeze the elbows. That's it there. And then push back to down dog again. There we go. That made you all have to work. From there, roll into high plank. And as you roll into high plank, step your left foot forward to the front of your mat. Again, skipping, dropping the knee. We're going to lift that left hand up to the sky. We're going to turn to the outside edge of your left foot, turn to the outside edge of your right foot. So your pelvis is spinning to the left. And then our chest reaches up. You're going to try and drop your pelvis down a little bit. Move it up and down. Move it around. Exhale, left hand down to the floor. So we forgot this. I'm honest, I forgot it. Don't want to try and hide it. So we create the door between our hands and our legs. Left hand forward, pull that right foot through, bring it through underneath you. Touch your foot for the sake of it, and then bring it back through. Step it behind you. Left hand to the floor, right foot turns out wide. Literally have no idea of the time, so hopefully I'm not overrunning. Right hand over your head. And then take that left hand off. Both hands reach over the head. Keep trying to turn your chest to the right. And then both hands down to the floor. Turn that foot back to the front. Straighten your left foot, your left leg, and bend it. And straighten it and bend it, straighten it, and this time step it forward. So again, we get to play with our crow again. Yeah, we were kind of slightly overrun. Apologies. We'll be quick, I promise. So sink your bum down, elbows drop. Try and see if you can. Again, those hands have creeped forward. I should have said. Try to pull those thighs into your arms. Try to push into your feet. Into your hands even. Really push the floor away with your hands. Push, 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 push. Go on, Tash, push it away, push it away, push it away. And then engage, engage, engage. Yes, Emma, go on. Yes, Emma, 1 foot at a time, Emma. Do 1 foot at a time. 1 foot at a time. Yes, Mandy, smashing it now. There you go. So Mandy, when you do that, that foot which is off the ground, keep the toes pulling up to your bum even more. As soon as you went to lift the other foot, your other foot dropped down. So 1 foot, pull it up, 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 pull it up. Yes, there. Beauty. And then collapse down from there. let's just take a moment to sit on our shins or on our bum or whatever works best. Grab your hands behind your back and just stretch your arms out. Give your neck a little roll. Perhaps wrap them around your left hip. Stretch out that right side as your left ear drops to your left shoulder. Switching sides, bring them over the right. Same thing. And then releasing those arms. Draw the arms out, up towards the sky. Keep the right hand up. Sweep the left hand down, back behind you. Bend both elbows. Perhaps you can touch your fingertips together. Perhaps you can't, it's not important. If you can touch them, even if you can't, you're going to have them in whatever position they can be, and you're going to begin to roll yourself forward, down over your thighs, increasing the stretch through those arms. Inhale, come back up, releasing those arms, switching sides. And again, taking a moment to roll down. And then come back up. Release those hands. 5 breaths of just softening in towards our shins, our bums, wherever we're sitting. Deliberately, perhaps holding the breath at the bottom of your exhale for 2 or 3 seconds and then breathing back in. And then exhaling back out. And then let your hands slowly rise up in towards your third eye, towards that spot between your eyebrows as you fold forward down over the legs. Lakha Samasta Sukhaneva Bantu. May all beings be happy and free. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. Thanks, folks. Hopefully that one made you work.